Welcome to No Hangover Podcast.
As always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. For the visuals, check us out on YouTube. I think we're also on, I said SoundCloud, right? Yeah, I already said all that.
SoundCloud,
Google Play is what I
Spotify,
forgot.
Google Play. Where you listen to us. Where you watch things, watch us.
Boom. Check us out on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast. You can follow us there. In the house today, we have me as always, Jacob right here.
The usual suspects.
There's Eric, and then
Well, you don't
us.
ever see Dennis, but he's always here. So
You only see him on very rare occasion.
boom.
You'll be seeing more of me soon.
It's like a unicorn sighting. Sasquatch.
I like the unicorn better.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness
It
monster.
was like a mythical,
Unicorn.
All right, we'll go with unicorn.
And then we have the lovely Kristen here.
Yay! Round of applause.
Wow. That's probably the nicest
Jacob's
thing you
in
guys have said to each other the
Like,
whole time.
No.
Thanks
I
for,
said that's the nicest moment you guys have had here since
thank
she
you
got
for
here today.
introducing
Yeah,
me, Jacob.
Kristen's been trying me. You're welcome. You're welcome. She's been trying me today for some reason. I don't know.
I told you didn't laugh at the jokes.
Oh yeah, that joke was terrible
You
though.
want to tell it?
No, exactly. See, you know it's not.
It'll be bonus content. We'll put it out. It'll be
I'm
separate.
just gonna keep it.
Oh, shit.
It was recorded.
I really honestly didn't get it for a
It was.
second, and I was like, whoa.
Like,
Oh, this was a
there's
joke.
not a deeper level.
This was it. It's done here.
Eric was like, "That's all."
Yeah, I mean, the way you were like,
Typing it
you
up.
were ready to tell that shit. I'm like, oh, damn, this is about to be good.
It's about to be a funny ass joke. And then I was like,
I was like, okay.
alrighty.
I mean, y'all could have like fake laughed.
We keep
Gave
it
it,
real
like, a
around
little,
here.
like-
We keep it real around here.
I'm pretty good at fake laughing, but I'm just not like
Yeah, like
just not right now.
I'm not.
Not when it's that bad.
You know, like at work and stuff. I'm very good.
Oh, but that's different at work, like in a work setting
Yeah,
or
give
like
the old
a
Chris
business
Paul.
setting. Like, yeah,
Synergy term.
that's so funny. But like, this ain't. We're just chilling. We all know each other. No need to spread fallacies.
Okay, you know what?
Like vocab. Like
We're done with
Yeah.
jokes. Forget it. Just forget it.
No more jokes.
Not for me.
The joke of the day got nixed.
Well,
For
What's
anyone
up,
who-
guys?
For anyone who hasn't seen the little thingy, by the way, over here.
I was just
Should
about
The
to get
little-
into it. the clapper,
The clapper.
Yeah.
the clapper.
That's us.
Can I show them?
Show it to that camera right there. There
This
you go.
one?
Yeah,
Yes.
that will get the
Mhm.
best view.
So-
Valentine's Day.
Look at who the director is.
What does it say?
It says the director is Queen Chris. Guess
Oh.
who that is?
I believe you.
It's Kristen.
Wow.
It's me.
Well,
And it says
what do I
Happy
win?
I was about to give out your whole government, but I was like,
Don't give out my whole government.
C Dubs for short.
You
Well-
said C? No, it's
K-Dub.
K Dubs. You're
C
right.
Dubs.
Oh shit.
The CW.
Yeesh.
Jeez,
Well,
Eric, you don't know my name?
I mean, I do. I just said it
Awkward.
wrong.
yeah,
I mean, you know.
it's not a good way to bring in Valentine's Day, man. Where's
Man,
the
it's all
love?
It's the season of love.
I mean, you know, she's here. We're chilling. It's all good.
Speaking of the season of love, to jump into these topics, Kristen, what's your favorite love song?
My favorite love song is Can You Stand the Rain by New Edition.
Wow. Great song.
That's actually just my favorite song, like, ever. So, it's
Ever?
gonna ever.
Fair,
Have you heard it?
probably. Do I know it by heart?
Do you
no.
know who New Edition is?
Of course.
Do you know the song?
Yeah.
You know the song?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my favorite song ever. What about you?
You might
Hung
want to
out
speak
with
a
you
little
long
bit
enough.
more into the mic.
I've hung
Oh,
out with
sorry.
you long enough. I'm sure I've heard it
My
in
bad.
passing.
You're good.
Oh, yeah, I play it all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure I've heard it plenty
For
of times.
no reason at all, I would just play that song.
It's a good song.
Could always play
It's
a
a great
snippet.
song.
Like we're a radio show.
Boom.
Dennis, what's your favorite love song?
My favorite love song, well, seeing as how I've had 3 minutes to think of this answer.
I don't have one.
I don't know. It's probably pretty cliche. I mean, like John Legend.
John Legend is the
Like,
shit.
like you can kind of put on that whole. What was the one with the flowers on it? That
Yeah, I
album.
know what you're talking about.
That one's like just
That one
solid.
has angels on it. That's a great song. It's a little interlude on that album.
Even when
Great
you,
fucking 2.5
even when you
minutes,
listen to all of me, like on the album, like
That's
it's
a
not
great
as
song.
like I know it's
It
played
got
out.
annoying as fuck, but yeah, when you listen to it like through the whole thing, it's like, ah, nice.
And then if
Yeah.
we're going like past like real love, because John is very, like, it's real between him and Chrissy. Like he loves that woman. But like if we're talking about like bedroom time, like love song, like The Dream, something
Oh, is
like
that
that.
what you meant?
I mean, just
All right,
I was just giving a.
Just in
he was
general
giving in
question.
depth. He's a
Okay.
deep guy.
Okay.
I was just giving like a second, like
So
an
you're-
honorary mention.
Okay.
Music Soul Child, Medicine. That's a good fucking song.
We're not allowed to talk about Redacted, but he made some really good love songs.
Oh,
That he did.
shit.
That he did.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Robert.
They were probably about little kids, but
It was about Aaliyah.
and
She was 16. So
Keith Sweat makes
Gee.
some really good love
Keith
songs.
Sweat is very good.
I never really liked Keith.
That's
Sweat, honestly.
bedroom music for
What?
sure.
Yeah,
Ooh,
unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular opinion.
You know, I'll give it, take it,
Very
but
I'll give it.
but yeah, Music Soul Child I like a lot though. He's real nice.
Mm-hmm.
John Legend obviously.
There's some big ones we're missing. I mean, like we point to like love songs as like R&B.
I don't know. Sexual Seduction by Snoop Dogg is my shit.
I hate that song.
Oh my god, I fucking love that song.
I think it's so corny.
It is, but that's what makes it so good. It's just fucking. I'm gonna take my time.
I'm just not a big
Hey,
anything Snoop
she
does.
gonna get her.
Really?
He is corny as fuck.
He's so
He's
corny.
as shit.
Like when he was like,
There's a lot of
a rapper,
corny.
it was good, but
I mean, even when he was a rapper, it was better. But he's what kind of birthed Wiz Khalifa in a sense. Where
and I'm not a fan of that music.
exactly. So
Oh, The Weeknd makes some nice songs.
I was
Weeknd.
literally about to bring that up. Like
New
new
Age,
age
Party Next
Yeah.
Door.
Like, but that's not
Yeah.
love music. Like Party Next
No.
Door is dragging
Yeah.
women through his music.
Well, he has some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, New Age R&B is a lot. It's toxic as fuck. It's about
It's a
fucking
lot of people who have
Bad.
been
playing each other. But I love you. But fuck, I only like you when I'm drunk and fucked up. And
because if
I
we're talking,
use you
I fuck
because
this
other
chick, this chick, and
chicks
this chick,
If we're
remind
talking-
me
but I
of
love
you
you
and
the
shit
most.
like
If we're
But
that.
talking
being
about-
realistic, that's
That's today. Yeah,
That's
they
this era.
reflect. They reflect what's going
that's-
so
on.
Yeah.
my favorite R&B song is by The Weeknd, but it's not like a love song. It's Tell Your Friends. Like
Go tell your friends about it.
that's not a nice
that is
song.
such a fucking good song though.
Yeah.
he
That is
fucking
a great
kills that
song.
song.
Produced
song.
by Kanye West
Yeah,
and
it
Mike
is.
Dean.
Yeah, it is.
that is a great song.
That's like I feel like that's the perfect outro song for his like transition as far as like from
That whole album is dope. Often, like
yeah. King of the Fall is not on
Losers
that
with
album.
Labyrinth, like
Shameless, not Shameless. What song was it?
Shameless is on there.
Is it?
Mhm.
A fucking
Earned It,
King of the Fall is not on there, but that
it's
is
the bonus on
a
album.
Like
fucking
Low Life.
great song.
The video is.
Yes.
You want to
just
know
'cause
who I've
my
been
boy's on.
listening to lately? This is kind of, I guess, like not on topic, but
We don't
on
stay
music,
on topic
Never.
for that long.
You know how some
Never.
jams, Diddy,
P.
like
Diddy?
his like Puff Daddy,
Yeah.
Like
Diddy,
his music.
like yeah,
is
like
good.
throwbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to them lately, and I'm like, you know what?
Me too. I've been kind of on a like early mid 2000s kick the past 2-3 days.
La-
Oh, for the last like 5 years. That's all
Since
I
the
listened to.
early to mid 2000s.
That's all
I never
listened to.
left.
That's where
No,
I
never
stayed.
left.
Pretty Ricky. Been listening to them a little
Oh wow,
lately.
yeah.
I was
Pretty
gonna say
Ricky
what
was
it
the
came to
shit.
like.
They're like, I remember getting that. Now that's what I call music CD. It had that. It had Lean Back. It had Petey Pablo Freaka Leak. Like I was like,
That's a great
Wham,
song.
wham, wham,
and
wham,
think
wham,
about these.
wham,
These are
wham.
kids CDs. We were
Literally,
like,
I mean, they were blurring everything, but
I
there were
remember I
some
was
dirty
in
songs.
Freaka Leak was not
The-
blurring enough.
No.
3rd grade.
It's a really dirty song.
Yeah, it was like it was
Every name in the book.
Oh
Too.
my
I think
God.
I was in like the 3rd
Keep
grade, and
shut
it was my birthday
up.
party, and one of my friends bought me the
Literally.
50 Cent CD.
Get Rich or
and I
Die
was
Trying.
pissed. Yes, yes. She,
We were
Yeah.
8.
Oh my
she was
God.
like, she doesn't need this CD. Like, why did you give
Sure
this to her?
she does.
But I loved what
Someone's like, this shit
Candy
slaps.
Shop.
Huh?
Candy Shop's on
To
the second
Yeah.
one.
Candy Shop.
That's on Massacre, the one with.
I think.
No.
Is a white CD or a red CD?
I think it was white with his face on it.
Yeah, that's the Massacre.
Yeah, well, got that for my birthday.
No, see,
It's got Candy Shop and
Yeah, that
Magic
one.
Stick and all those.
I don't know about you.
I thought Magic Stick was on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Magic Stick is on the Massacre,
Is
I
it?
believe. Just a little bit. Disco Inferno.
Yes, those
All
are.
the club records
Yeah.
by Dre.
Yeah, because that was after he fucking. Now you
And how
gotta
come all of
fucking
them had like
cater to the
multiple names?
to the masses, huh?
They're like in parentheses, like 21
Well, because,
questions.
like,
actually mean.
Diddy
21
had
Questions.
P. Diddy,
Great song.
Puff Daddy, and then like 50 Cent. It's 50 Cent. G Unit. Like why?
Well,
do they have
G-Unit
so
was his
many
Well,
like
that's his-
little
that's his,
record
like-
label.
That's Lloyd Banks, Tony
Yeah.
Yayo.
it's like it's
Young
like
Young
a brain.
Thug.
For instance, like when we shout out "No Hangover," it's "No Hangover," but it's also Eric's personal page, Dennis' personal page, my personal.
It's like Drake and OVO.
Okay.
It's like yeah.
It's his
correct.
little
Okay.
label, his little
Okay.
group.
So that made more sense than what I.
okay.
So they're
Okay,
all
okay, makes
OVO
sense. Okay.
something. But
Yeah. Damn, Young Buck, he was fucking with him again recently too.
no, leave that man alone.
He was. 50
Buck.
Cent was trolling him on fucking IG
No,
for some shit.
Leave that man
I guess he got
alone.
arrested for like battery or some shit like that, and
We need to.
Oh,
he looks like shit.
All right.
And we're back.
Oh, shit.
Welcome back to the No Hangover
Jacob,
podcast.
did you give your answer on what your favorite love song is?
You don't know what love is.
For you.
How can you have a favorite
Can he
love
tell us
song?
his?
I said mine.
And then he said his. Yours was sexual.
I gave a lot of songs.
Yeah,
honestly.
I gave some.
But yeah, Snoop Dogg, Sexual
Some are
Eruption,
It's more
fucking
artists.
Music Soul
Some
Child,
pretty
Medicine,
good.
So Beautiful.
Make
That
it great.
that is actually a really good love song by Music Soul Child, and it's like about like I love you, you're so pretty, you're the love of my life. It doesn't really have to do anything about sex or anything like that. So
It's a love song.
it is
It's a real love
a
song.
true love song. Good old Music Soul Child.
And then you got like stuff from the '60s. I mean, you got like Marvin Gaye. You got
Marvin,
Temptations.
fucking Bobby Caldwell, fucking oh my god. Ding 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 ding. Why can't I think of the name of the song right
I
now?
was gonna keep,
Yeah, we're just gonna keep dancing along.
I was gonna keep dancing
Shit.
along.
I guess you won.
With the saxophone, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to look.
Sounds
this
like some Kenny G. Jacob, to kill the dead air.
trying
Have
to
you
go
come
to
up with
the-
any, like, just top of the head,
I
like
literally said it's probably something.
what
from
you
Pretty
won't do
Ricky.
for love. Boom. That's the
By the
shit.
group
by what? Who?
Pretty Ricky. Somewhere in one of their albums is one of my favorite love songs.
Grind on me.
Be better.
Just saying.
How about
You know that dude went to like.
yes, sir.
He got found with like a
My
semi truck full of
body,
cocaine
your
outside of
body,
his house. or
Damn.
something.
My body, your body's burning up. That song.
Um,
Hotline. Pretty Ricky. It's 5 in the
I never got the Pretty Ricky thing.
That's
and I'm having phone sex with ya.
Yeah.
Bro, what? Oh, yeah, I mean, those are really every other song like that they have. They still make music, by the way. They
Ooh,
put out a song in 2022.
Giveon.
Give
That's
you
a
on.
lot.
He is actually really like as far as like kind of a throwback R&B artist.
He and someone else. I just thought of Labyrinth.
I haven't heard.
Jealous
I haven't
is
heard.
the one. There's a music video behind it. If you're gonna listen to it, I suggest you watch it. He's just like he's lost the love of his life and he's just going through it. And it's about like the chorus is I'm jealous of the way you're happy without me.
Not me.
And then he like a tear comes down. Like it's like not acting. Like he's like sitting there and he's like,
Hurts.
yeah.
God.
Hurt you?
And Labyrinth
No, not
is like
that
becoming
exact,
a
but
star
I'm just
now.
saying that.
I've never heard of him.
Sounds
He's doing the music for Euphoria, season 1 and
He
season
has
2.
some really good songs.
For real.
He's like dope, a British kid,
Might have to give him a
You want
listen.
the
then.
apple juice?
The
Right.
O.
Empty
and he's on The Weeknd.
She's not even
He's
making
Losers.
mimosas. This is Mott's, baby.
I had to
On
improvise
Beauty Behind the
because
Madness.
He didn't have
That's
anything,
Labyrinth.
I didn't have any
so.
orange juice. I'm sorry.
The higher pitched voice.
I had champagne and whiskey, but no orange juice.
All right, so Eric and Jacob,
gonna
what are
listen-
your favorite things about Valentine's Day?
Favorite thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even really a big Valentine's hater. I like Valentine's Day, even when I'm single. Like it's like, go ahead, fucking love each other. and
Yeah,
shit.
it's a
Like,
commercial holiday.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not something that I feel like I need to do something. Like, I need to have a Valentine's every year. But, like, you know, when people, like, start hating and the singles awareness and all that shit, it's like,
Singles are weird. This
That's a thing.
you've never heard that? People that
I mean,
are
people.
single,
People are like,
yeah. When you don't have someone on Valentine's Day, usually they're like singles awareness
a
day.
couple years
but-
ago, people were like, try and keep that stuff like off the social media. Like people
Yeah.
are really going through depressing times, and it's
It's
like,
like, shut the fuck
all
up.
right, man.
Like-
like I get
Yeah.
like
I don't know. Like, to me, it's like, that's a beautiful thing. You're seeing people love each other.
Yeah.
And on social media, it's whatever, whether it's real or not, that's one thing. But, you know, you
Yeah.
see people give love and
who cares?
love
Yeah,
up
when
on
you-
each
And
other.
it is
and-
what it
Yeah, when
is.
you
Exactly.
see it in
Like,
real
who
life,
gives a
It doesn't
fuck?
affect your life.
Honestly.
No.
Well, apparently it does some people, I guess. I don't know.
you know, some people are wrapped up in all of that.
Unfollow. No one makes
like-
you look at these things.
gives a shit.
Like holding
Turn your phone off. Go for a walk.
holding your eyes open. Like,
Honestly.
no, you have to see my love.
I don't know, but like I said, like even if you're single, it's like it's cute seeing all the people, you know, with their significant other
Give you
doing
some
what
cool
they,
ideas.
Exactly, like you know. So then when the year that you do have someone for Valentine's
I'ma
Day,
go
you
all
fucking
out.
you got something to look
Yeah.
forward to, or something to you know whatever.
Yeah.
So least favorite thing.
Expectations.
Oh yeah,
And it's all as we all collectively agree. Valentine's Day is fun.
Yeah.
how about you?
The
normal
people
day.
that put
It's normal day.
I feel like it's fun for me in a different way. I really don't, and I don't mean this in any type of like hater way. I don't really care to see like other people's stuff because I'm creative myself, so I don't really need to
No, very
see
true.
other people's things to be like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do whenever I'm in a relationship.
Well, yeah, no, it's not necessarily
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do, but it's just like you know seeing people enjoy each other
Yeah.
and be loving. Like you know when the times that I do have Valentine's, like
You go all out.
Yeah, I'll do a little something. I'll make them feel
Yeah.
special. and
Rose
shit like
petals.
that,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use.
Me and Eric lived together actually for one of his Valentine's Day with a significant
Oh
other.
yeah.
Uh,
That's what really
That
made it
shit-
into a significant other. I was just doing it to kind of like
Yeah,
be
that was-
nice and
That's pretty good ideas.
give
I
a
was
little
like,
gesture.
So
What
have
a
you
nice
guys
guy.
done the whole like rose petal thing?
Fuck no.
Not
Oh,
rose
actually,
petal?
I haven't done it for Valentine's Day, but I did it for a birthday.
I
So I
have
was- you
given a
have.
girl like not like rose,
rose
petals like all the way
petals,
out, no, but I have given girls flowers or given a, specifically
Valentine's Day.
one rose on Valentine's Day to a girl.
So I like Valentine's Day, but mine is for like, so I'm a teacher, but you guys know this. I love all the craft making that I do at work. Like, I go in on like the gifts for the parents and like doing stuff.
You
with
make
my
goodie
kids.
bags for the kids and stuff.
No. Like
Fuck them kids.
I mean, I can't. Well,
Okay.
No. Actually,
No.
today-
Don't be stupid.
No, actually today I actually did spend a lot of time like wrapping boxes and like cutting holes out of them for them. On Monday we're gonna like pass out stuff.
Yeah.
So, but for like the parents, like I bought stuff off of Amazon, like backdrops and lights, taking pictures, made cards. That was fun for me
God damn.
for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But I feel
like-
like girls like to get festive and like
Yeah,
with
like,
the holidays
I
and
like
shit
doing
and just
that.
yeah.
So like if I had a boyfriend, like obviously like I would like to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I'm not in a relationship, it's not like, oh my god, I don't like Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
No,
I'm gonna
but I know-
You find something else to do.
Yeah.
I find something else to like put my energy towards.
Yeah.
But I will say that I've never experienced the whole like rose petal thing. Like I've been in a relationship for Valentine's Day. Like this is actually my first Valentine's Day single in like 3 years.
Shit.
But even when I was in a relationship, I still didn't experience like a,
Been there.
No, I mean the one time that
Festive
I did it,
Valentine's Day.
the one time that I did the rose petals, like their birthday is what, like 2 weeks after Valentine's Day or a week after Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So
Kind of rolled in together.
Yeah.
so like I put like they went out of town for something and I was watching their dog and so when she came back I had like her whole kitchen table full of rose petals. I had like
that's
little gifts and shit
Yeah.
here and there and stuff like that, but like that was the only
Got
time I
bored in that
really
house,
did
huh?
it. Well,
Started
shit.
thinking of some stuff.
Honestly, I'm like, well, I mean,
Clean the house. It's day 2.
but I mean that's the only
Like,
time like
Got nothing else to do.
that
Nice.
I've done rose petals, but there's been times where I'm with somebody and Thanksgiving. I'm over here thinking about food.
Clearly.
Thanksgiving is a fun.
I love
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
is
Thanksgiving is
beautiful.
my favorite holiday.
It's
Yeah.
but also
Same.
like
It's Christmas
as
without
far
the
as
fucking.
Valentine's Day. It's a fun
Yeah.
couples holiday.
It's Christmas without all the
Thanksgiving.
fucking
The
I'm
gifts
so
and
thankful.
stuff, yeah. Because you still
For
eat.
you.
You still do all that family time and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I could see people having the like, or Christmas having the like, depression that people claim they have during Valentine's Day.
The
Like,
seasonal depression.
yeah, like if you're
Oh, like
like not,
having it
if you
during
don't have like, if this holiday season's gonna be tough for you, like if you don't have certain like family around or you're like away and somewhere else, like, I understand like that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I go through that every holidays. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
But like certain things like Valentine's Day, like
Yeah, but
don't-
because
like,
Valentine's
I don't
Day is like
get-
it's,
I went through that a little bit because I
for Valentine's Day.
through everything: Thanksgiving, Christmas. And
Well,
then
yeah, I
Valentine's
went
Day.
through all that.
New Year's and Valentine's.
I
Day.
couldn't wait.
All
for
four
the
of like
year.
the major, big holidays, or even like if like,
Halloween just got swept under the rug.
Halloween.
I
is
didn't do
another
shit
thing
for.
that's-
I didn't have.
What?
For instance, the whole back half of 2019 and then leading into 2020. 220. Anyways,
BC
2020,
or AD.
I after death, of course.
It's not what AD
Stupid.
stands
I
for.
went.
It's
Andrew
Anno,
Dennis.
it's Anno Domini.
Boom. Get
Oh,
fucking
okay.
told.
Anyways, I had my birthday pretty much by myself. I worked, and then like what is it? Halloween didn't do shit.
Halloween's
Thanksgiving.
the best. Halloween's
Thanksgiving
awesome.
actually
I've
was.
actually seen you on
okay.
Halloween. You were sick.
What?
You were sick on Halloween.
Talking about this year?
Well, obviously not this year because it hasn't happened yet.
Not this. I'm talking this past year. I'm talking this.
Jacob's
past year.
referencing when he was gone.
I'm talking
In
about when I
Seattle?
lived in Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh.
two
Yeah.
or 3
You
years
said
ago.
obviously.
Yeah,
not.
that's
I
why.
thought we
That's
were
why I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" I was talking about 2019.
I showed up. You didn't come out of your house. No one answered the door. I left.
My bad. I missed
But
that.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, I felt I could see where people like you said could
Get
feel
seasonal depression.
Going, yeah.
I was gonna go off
Mine
topic. But
leaves
fuck it.
January 1st.
No, I had
telling
like
you.
it was like tough to get out of bed like into January, like in through January. Just like I don't know if it was the weather or anything. I was just like not feeling.
It has been extra cold this year.
Not
It
even
has
cold.
been.
I was just like my bed's comfy.
That is true.
Like calling out of work.
I'm one of those people where like I do not like to be in the house. But I don't know if that's because I'm trying to like not be in my thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
That is
yeah,
like, where the
what?
fuck are you going with this?
We can't. Yeah.
But like I have to
You're
get
like-
out. I have to be
like, wait a
out.
day.
Like
I mean,
doing stuff, work, like I
you
have
have
work
to
at
keep yourself
7:30.
preoccupied.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be at work at 7:30 and I get there at 6:45 every morning.
Eh,
Before I
it's
have
not a
to
bad
be
habit.
there because
It's good. Yeah, good.
I'd rather be at work
Good work
than doing
ethic
nothing.
to have.
What do you do at work when you get there? Are you just chilling, or are you like
Oh
doing
no,
stuff
just
like?
prepping, planning, like doing stuff that because my first kid usually gets there. It depends, like 7:30. So in that time, I do stuff that I can't do, like when the kids are there. Like I'm not
Grade?
like I'm not allowed to get on ladders with the kids in the room.
Oh.
Like that's not a thing. So if I need to hang stuff up, okay, I'm gonna bring the ladder.
Oh, I
and
thought
hang
you
it.
meant like you couldn't like grade papers or like.
No, no,
Take
because I don't grade. I
attendance.
only do a set. No, attendance, they do that themselves. I have like a poster in my class, and it says here, not here, and they have to sign themselves in the class. So their name is there. They go sign themselves in. They put it on the here part.
Somebody
they do
hasn't
it.
mastered. Like,
Do they ever
hey, I'm not
forget?
gonna be there.
They forget
Sign
all
mine.
the time, and I have to be like, go sign in.
You're here, aren't
And
you?
they're like, I have to do this every day, and I'm like,
no
yeah.
shit, no shit, little
Monday through
kid.
Friday, every day.
Shit don't change.
I'm tired of doing this. Me too.
You'll be tired for
Me
the rest of your
too.
life.
Rather
gotta-
you than me, kid.
You gotta check in every day of your life. I'm here.
Okay.
It's fucking attendance. What are your hours this week? Same as last week. I'm fucking here.
Shit.
Going
my
back to
God,
the-
wow, that was some fucking real shit right there.
It's literally you're doing attendance for the rest of your life. It's saying you're here, but in a different way. You clocking in is you saying here in a classroom.
President.
Yeah, that kid.
Annoying.
Yeah, those
Both of those kids, the present kid and
Yeah.
the president kid.
Yeah, just say here. Just do it. Just be like,
Especially at fucking
I literally wouldn't even say. I would
7:45
just
in
be like,
the morning,
yeah, I'd be,
half
You know
asleep.
what's really
I would be
annoying?
asleep. But
I think
Right.
the most annoying thing is my pet peeve that my kids do, that like will literally make me just want to like walk out the door. Is when I'm
Can't
like,
do that.
Bye.
is when I'm like, okay, let me. How do I say this? If you know the answer to my question, I need you to raise your hand. And then before I even get to answer say the question, they'll be like this. And I'm like, I didn't ask the question yet.
But
So
I
what are you
know.
raising your hand for?
he's like, I already know. I'm gonna know
So
this.
every single one of you's hand is up, yet I didn't even ask the question. I'm like, put your hand down.
You
She
look
said, put your hand
stupid,
up. I'm like,
kid. Fucking idiot.
I will just sit there and just be like, oh, okay, take a deep breath. Like, don't get mad.
Oh, God.
Then I'll ask my question, hand up.
See,
And I'll
but,
call on them, and then
Go
they'll
for a
sit
walk,
there.
Timmy.
but
They
see,
don't know the answer.
it's
Oh, wait,
funny.
so you
It's
don't know?
funny you say that because I remember like in elementary school and stuff, there'd be like a teacher reads a question, everyone's hand go up, and you would want to be that kid that's just chilling for that question, so they would call on you so that your hand's not up. And I'm like, what the fuck? You see all these fucking hands?
You
That
know
would
I do
piss me
that.
off. See,
And I
you're one of those.
I turned
That's
into
why I
that
stopped
teacher.
putting my hand
That
up.
would piss me off.
I literally turned into the teacher that I used to be like, why are they like this? Why
Can
are
I
they
go to
like
the
that?
bathroom?
But
I don't
now
know, can you?
understand. Now I get it. I'm like, because I'm a teacher, so
Those
I get
teachers
it.
are the worst.
But no, if you raise your hand, I'm just not going to call on you. I'm going to call on the one that didn't raise their hand. I'm like, so you.
Oh my God.
And
The
then
worst.
they're
The
looking
worst
at me and
type
they're
of
like,
person.
but I didn't have my hand raised. And I'm like,
Bruce.
I know.
I'd be one of those kids like, what?
It's like, that's not fair. Like,
Sometimes-
life ain't
sometimes I
fair,
need a
kid.
question.
Get used
Sometimes.
to
They'll
it.
say it too. They'll literally be like, I didn't raise my hand. And I'm like,
Good. Oh my God, that's the
I'm
worst
glad they're
type.
calling
I
you out on
hated
your
that
shit.
shit. Oh my God, because I would raise my hand knowing the
preparing them.
answer,
I'm
and then they would
preparing
look at me and like, you know what? I'm like, oh, but I knew the answer, and I was ready to fucking answer that shit with my
I'm
chest.
preparing
I was
them.
ready to
I'm
answer
getting
it
them ready.
It is big.
for real.
You
And
say
then
it with so much confidence and you're wrong.
Oh, those are
ooh,
hilarious.
yeah.
That's the worst.
Luckily, I have
Shut
no
down.
shame, so I'm just like, nice.
I try to let them down easy. Like if I ask
Nah.
them a question
I
and
let-
they say the wrong answer, I'm like, Well, no, but good try.
Be like, next. not even
Loser.
not even acknowledge them. Just all right. Well,
No.
Everyone hear what that kid said? He's wrong.
Okay.
Going
I'm gonna
back
take
to
the lead on
going
this
back
one.
to Valentine's
No, I'm gonna
real
take
quick.
the
what,
lead
no,
on
but
this one.
what
Wait,
about
wait,
you?
wait,
What's your favorite stuff?
Yeah. What is
Least
it?
favorite stuff.
Well, the least.
I was gonna say my least favorite thing about Valentine's Day is the expectations people put on it.
That's what we were. Good
I was
job.
saying that everybody, as much as we all love Valentine's Day or appreciate it or enjoy it,
Respect
is
it.
when people put an unreal expectation about what they're supposed to do on this day. Like if you're like, you have to do this or you have to do this, or you're expecting a lot and then it doesn't happen, like you can't hold that against somebody.
Yeah.
Like if they, I mean, if they just forget the day, like you can kind of be like,
I have a question. If you guys were in a relationship, do you have to ask your girlfriend to be the Valentine? Like, will you be my Valentine? Or is it just like a
I'm
thing
sure they
that's
like.
already...
I don't think you have to, but
No.
I'm sure they appreciate the
Correct.
gesture.
I would do it just as
do it every year, but you're not gonna, you don't have to do anything.
Correct. I wouldn't say it's like
so
it
what if
has
that guy
to be
does it?
done, but I would. Then he didn't do it that year.
Then you
but
ain't my
for
Valentine
instance-
this year.
But if your boyfriend of 5 years comes up to you on Valentine's Day morning and he has a thing of flowers and a thing of chocolates, but
But
he
didn't
doesn't
ask
say,
you.
"Will you be my Valentine?" I don't think he's in the wrong.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I think he did.
What if it says it on the box?
He understood the assignment and was
Like,
just
he never
like,
asked, but he still did something.
Correct.
So
Like,
he didn't
for
do
instance-
anything
Then he's
wrong.
good.
Okay.
For me, like I'm a hopeless romantic, right?
You?
Me? Yes, me. What the fuck? You?
you.
Me. This guy right here. Hopeless romantic. So I'll be doing shit throughout the year. So Valentine's Day is just like a day where you could go above and beyond if you wanted to.
Yeah, but if you don't and you're with somebody, then you're gonna get a
Yeah,
shitstorm
if you're with
thrown
somebody,
your
but
way.
like
Not
that's the
a
thing. If you're
shitstorm.
with somebody and you're
Not
showing,
always.
you know, I feel like
more times than not.
more
right, not
often, more
always.
often than not though, if you're with somebody, you are gonna just ask them to like be your Valentine, whether it be a couple days prior or same day. Like you might not make it as big an event as you will Valentine's Day itself. Like you just be like, "Will you be my Valentine?" on like some simple shit, and
I've
then
never
like
been
have an
asked.
elaborate plan for them.
Ever in your life?
You
I
got
was
you
gonna
got a
say-
Valentine's Day card in elementary and middle school.
I mean, maybe like then,
In
but
the
like
box.
Then you
I
got
was in a
asked.
whole relationship and he never
but
was like,
never in your
oh,
whole life, no one has ever come up to
But
you.
they
and be
didn't
like,
do
"Will you be
anything.
my
He,
Valentine?"
for instance,
Ever?
he didn't do
Not
anything
that I
special
remember
for
of.
you on Valentine's Day.
He did.
Then
Close enough.
he's good.
But I don't, I mean, maybe
You
middle
were under
school,
the
high
assumption
school,
he had to ask
but
first.
No, I'm clearly not because I didn't make a big deal out of it. But like I've been seeing more and more on social media of like people that are in relationships being asked to be their
Well,
Valentine.
yeah, but on
And I'm
social
like,
media,
so is that a thing?
It's for the show more than anything.
No.
Like clear,
That
like
is not real life.
yeah, social media. If they're posting it on social media, then that's just for the show and just for like.
Because I didn't care. Like obviously he did stuff and like I wouldn't be like, you didn't ask me to be your Valentine. Like I wasn't pissed about it. Like I was grateful for everything that you did. But now that I see that, I'm like, so people actually ask because
Some do. I mean, like Eric was saying, it's more of for like depending on who the people are. Like if it's for instance, you don't post all the time. Yeah, you post, but you're not every day like, look what I'm doing. This.
Yeah.
Some people are like they live that shit.
Post their whole life
You have
on
to
there.
post what you ate for breakfast, what you ate for lunch.
I'm
like,
taking a shit right now.
I
like
just posted
their
me.
whole I've never seen that, but like they post their whole fucking day's schedule basically, so of course they're gonna make a bigger deal like, oh, you have to ask me, like it's got to be a big thing,
so that they can post
and
it
that
on
kind of I
the
feel
show.
like that kind of takes away from it being special as well,
Of course.
because
Yeah.
like if I say I were to ask a girl to be my Valentine
And she
and like I
posts it.
wanted to do it like special and she takes out her phone to like record,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed. Like I'm not gonna
what-
like
But what
it
if
takes
she-
away that special
but what
moment
if she
from
does
it.
it afterwards? Just
After
to
is alright.
have,
If she
like,
takes a
the-
picture of like what I brought her or something,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
just
look what
to
he
have the
did.
memory.
That's
Yeah.
cute. Like
Okay.
that's fine. If she's
Okay.
like, look what he did.
But
If
if she's
she's
immediately
fucking
like-
putting a
If you're
camera in
mid
my
speech
face,
and she's like, hold on,
yeah,
hold on.
'Cause
I'm gonna be
some things are not
pissed.
meant for social
It's gonna
media.
ruin that whole moment because it's
Yeah.
like that's not
You
a
know
special
what?
thing between us.
Give me
I'll be
not-
like, that. You're just trying to show that off. That's
Yeah.
not between
It's not
us
for
at this
everyone.
point.
It's yes, everything is not for everyone.
Correct.
Sometimes
Like,
you just gotta like,
you gotta
just
shield
live in the
yourself
moment.
from some
Not
things.
the same, but I think that's kind of related to the people that like Christmas comes around and like some people are like
show all their presents and gifts.
and significant others and stuff like that. Like, look what so and so got me, and then like the
Yeah.
person's like, did you hear so and so got engaged? And it's like,
It's worse for me of the people who are like, look what I got this person. Like if you're gonna give somebody a gift, don't boast about it. Just do it out of being genuine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you don't
why
have to
would
be
you
like,
post some-
oh,
yeah.
look at what I gave them. No,
Yeah.
just give it to them. Like if that's what you were meaning to do and that's what you meant to do, just fucking do that.
Maybe you did want to see their reaction though. Like if you buy somebody like
I would
a house or something, and you're
of course,
That's different.
of course. But I'm talking like just people who are trying to like
A house.
flash their money
like
and
a
shit
car
like
or
that.
something like that.
Yeah, like if it's like, an NBA player, you're not really buying people houses and cars unless you're making a lot of money. So if it's your mother, that's different as well. Like if you're buying your mother something and you want to post it, that's cool. You're buying your mother that. That's an accomplishment,
Even that though, I feel like it's the same shit. Like if like
It is
you
the same.
could do like an after thing, but
In a-
like
in a
it's
sense,
like look,
but-
like I got you. I mean, to your point, it's like do it because you want to do it, not because you feel like you need to show it off and fucking.
Don't do it just because you
Do
want to
all
post
this
it.
extra
It's
shit.
all the intent behind
Yeah.
it. You know if you did it for the right
Yeah.
reasons or not.
Correct.
Do you guys feel like you would buy your girlfriend flowers on a weekly or monthly type of basis versus just on Valentine's Day?
You do it once in a while, the brownie points add up.
Like, is
Yeah,
it just
I wouldn't say on
Valentine's
a
Day
monthly basis. Like I wouldn't.
Don't put a timetable on
Yeah,
it.
correct.
Don't-
I'm not trying to make it like a every month thing. Like I'm gonna do that. Like I said, I'm a hopeless romantic. I would do that shit sporadically. Like I
So
do
it
it
could
random
be
as fuck. Like
twice
it could
a
be
year.
a random Tuesday.
She
in
hits
August.
you up and says, "I'm having the worst day. I just need to rant at her lunch
And
break
you
or
would
something."
bring her like some flowers.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bring her something nice, like, or you bring her lunch, or you do something special that night. Like you don't think of it in advance. You just do it sporadically.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moment. Like, oh, because I'm that type of person. Like I think of shit kind of
the
like
moment?
when it's like coming to me, and
Yeah.
it's whatever happens. I think of it that time. That's when I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So then you do it, and
Yeah, somewhat regularly to answer your question. I think
I
you
feel
got
like
to
it
do
has
something
to be a-
special somewhat
I feel
regularly.
like it has to be a regular thing. Like I feel like it should.
I mean, you can't go like
on
months and
holidays.
months. Yeah.
You know what's funny that I was talking to my mom like a couple weeks ago, and she was saying that like she hates like Christmas and Valentine's Day because she feels like people feel obligated to do it. She's like she just
Yeah.
wants do it to do it. Like if you do it on Valentine's Day, that's fine, but like
Do it
she
other times,
yeah
too,
she doesn't
'cause
want it to
do
feel
it
like
March
it's-
10th as well.
exactly like
Yeah.
That's what
on
I'm
a
saying.
fucking
Like
random
that's what I'm
July
saying. Random,
July day.
random
yeah.
It
days.
makes it feel like it's just
Exactly.
like, okay, you're only doing it because
Exactly,
it's
and
a
that's what
holiday
she was
and I have to
saying.
do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, like I feel like this is just my own personal like experience, but I feel like in relationships that I've been in, like Valentine's Day, Christmas, all those holidays, like it felt like forced almost, like
Yeah.
because it's this day, like okay, now I'm gonna go all
Yeah.
out, now I'm gonna do all this,
But
but
that's-
on a regular day, this isn't happening.
And that's kind of like, I feel like once you start getting into a relationship and it starts, it becomes a long-term relationship, then you just kind of start like
toxic.
and non-toxic. Obviously,
also
I mean,
the-
if it's going for a long time, you hope it's not toxic. But like, I feel like you start looking at these holidays as like, because in the beginning of the relationship,
That's bad,
like
dude.
we're
It
all
got
fucking,
worse.
I want to do something to surprise her. I want to do something
Yeah.
to surprise him and things like that. But then people let the like monotony and the work of a relationship get to them. And it's like, well, I'm only going to do it on this day because that's the designated day,
Yeah.
instead of like keeping things
The same way
fresh
you were
and
doing
keep,
it in
and
the
keep it
beginning,
like
yeah.
exactly. And I feel like that has a big part to do with it, is that you start getting bored, or you start getting,
it's
it
comfortable.
starts getting
It's
monotonous.
comfortable. When
in a
people get
sense.
comfortable, that's what
Yeah.
happens.
And I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like men get more comfortable and
Yeah, because
We
we're
do.
a lot more simple.
We are way more simple. Girls overthink shit
absolutely,
too
What
much.
you got? What you
but
got
not
over there?
too much. I wouldn't say too much. I just feel like as a woman, like if I like somebody, love somebody, like I immediately like am always thinking of what do I want to do for them, like because I care about them. But I feel like men
You think that's the majority?
of women,
Mhm.
is it not?
I don't think. I mean,
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I guess I feel like
I've seen both sides of it.
I guess it
Like,
just
I have a lot
depends
of
where the
women in my
love is
family.
No,
at.
you tell me a lot of things about certain women, and I'm like, damn, women like that exist.
Yeah, I mean, let's be
Girls
real.
are
I mean,
just
most
as
of the
bad as
time,
guys.
most
Don't
of the
get it
time
twisted.
when you're dealing with somebody, I mean, more times than not, it's not gonna end up being the love of your life. It's not gonna end up being someone that you
Is there
end up
forever.
having like genuine feelings for. And even if you guys do break up, it's someone that you truly care about.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that, and I'm speaking more for myself, and I'm kind of speaking for Jacob too, because he knows what the fuck is up. But most people that you run into with or whatever, it's like it's a in the moment type shit. Like you guys were enjoying each other's company for that time, and then you end up going apart and going your separate ways. More times than not, it's not going to be someone that, sure, you cared about them, you enjoyed the time, but it's not going to be something that is like a lifelong connection, as far as like, damn, I really
Everlasting.
did care about
Yeah,
that
that's
person.
tragic.
It is, but I mean, that's also the beautiful thing about it is that you can make different connections with different people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be
part of dating.
It is. It doesn't necessarily have to be we fall in love and this is
It's
happily
to
ever
find who
after
you're
and
going
it.
to
It's just
marry.
about like
That is dating.
the process of it, and then once you
I
do
don't
meet
date.
that person,
I'm
then
saying that is the purpose of dating, to find the
I'm sorry,
person
I don't
you want to
mean-
marry.
I did not mean to interrupt.
no, you're good. I mean, it's true. I mean,
It is. I just don't. What's it called? Like serial dating? I don't
Well,
do that.
I feel like serial dating is like more like
That's different than you're talking when serial dating gets brought up. You're talking about like somebody who has to be in a relationship.
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say-
I
yeah.
wouldn't say
That's what
that-
I see serial
Yes.
dating.
But I
as.
wouldn't.
Same.
I think that's when
And
the
I
term
don't
gets
want to
used
call.
the most.
I don't want to call anybody out, but
Do it.
Don't do it.
Do
Don't
it.
Do it.
Don't be.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
You got
Do
two
it.
if
against
I were
one.
to say somebody was a serial dater, I would say Jacob is a serial dater. He's somebody.
Boom.
All right, that's a lie. Then.
It's not the.
Oh, now you
I
don't want it to be said.
because I don't feel exactly
It's
because
different.
I don't feel like it's somebody who
I'm gonna have to
can't
put
be in a
myself out
relationship.
to.
I don't feel like that's what
to
a
clear
serial
this
dater
up.
is. I feel like a serial dater is somebody who talks to multiple women, but has to talk to multiple women. They won't just talk to just one woman.
Okay, that's where you're definitely wrong. Then.
I think I know.
I know you can talk to just one woman. I know that about you, but you do. This is why I didn't want to.
Before-
I thought she was going somewhere else with it. But
Before
then she
this-
goes to that, I'm like, all right.
Before this gets messy, let me cut both of you off. I get what you're saying. You're saying in your eyes, a serial dater is somebody who is always talking to women.
A player.
Yes,
essentially.
yes.
A serial
Yes.
dater to the eyes of I think the three of us
I feel like
is
it's
somebody
someone
who
who needs a
can't-
relationship.
needs to be in a relationship.
like
They
to
can't
me, a
be
serial
alone.
dater is a
Okay.
chick that like you'll see them in a
Man, too.
relationship. No, I'm talking about from a guy's perspective.
Okay,
Is a
okay.
girl that you see in a
her
relationship,
gram is her man for 8 months,
And
and, then
then-
it's another man
and then
for
it's
5 months.
exactly, and they just hop from, and it doesn't necessarily, it
Relationship,
doesn't have to
relationship.
be like talking to multiple people at a time, but it's just like they get out of one straight into another one.
And
They
I
get
would-
out of one
I
straight
would
into another one.
almost appreciate the person who gets out of a long time relationship and dates a bunch of different people for a short amount
You would
of time.
appreciate that?
Because then I know that like
When they're with somebody, it's genuine and it's
yeah,
real.
Like you're
No, because
if you're like to me, but the term dating, like if you just go on 4 dates with some dude to figure out what he's like that's dating to
I
me.
don't
But
think
that doesn't mean that's your
time
man.
doesn't mean anything. And the only reason why I say that is because my ex I feel like is a serial dater because he will be with women he could be with a woman for 8 months. And then he's going to break up with her and then he's going to be with another girl right after that for maybe another 8 months.
Yeah, that is
But
a
the
That's a serial dater.
But the time doesn't mean anything because it can go on for however long, but he's still going to end it at some point and
Yeah.
then be with another woman.
Yeah.
That's a serial dater.
So yeah,
Yes,
so
we're-
we have the
we're
same,
agreeing.
Yeah, we have the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
definition
We're
of a
agreeing.
serial
Yeah,
dater. Then.
but where you're wrong on calling me that
Oh my god.
is because that's someone who needs to be in a relationship though.
Yeah,
he's
can't be alone.
when he's not. Yeah,
Just
he's
needs the
dating.
attention.
He's not just dating for a time frame. He's dating
Can't
to
be alone and needing to be in a relationship are two different things. There are people that can't be alone that aren't in relationships.
Yeah,
How does that work?
no, I mean you just
They're having a lot of
fucking.
meaningless sex.
yeah.
They're fucking
They need to be on. They need like
some type of romantic stimulation.
Yeah, they need.
and
that,
it's never
that
real.
feedback from
Yeah, it's
somebody
never
else.
fucking real. But they need it for whatever reason, whether it's self-esteem issues, whether
Which is so crazy. 'Cause
connection
I feel
or
like,
emotional issues or whatever. You know, it could be a million.
And
different
that's not a
reasons.
serial dater in my mind.
No,
I
that's
think
just someone that has emotional
Needs-
issues.
They need
Yeah.
affection.
it's crazy
Yeah.
because I feel like I love love. I'm a very loving person.
Love is
like,
awesome.
I just love it. Like I love
The warm
the idea
butterfly
of being in
feeling.
love. I love being in love. I love being, that. Which is why I stay single for as long as I do because until I get to a point where like I have to like
You date one man at a time.
yeah. Is that bad?
It's not bad. It's just uncommon.
Surprising.
There's just something about like entertaining multiple men at a time that I can't do.
You can't
Like,
go out for dinner with the one guy who you just met or like he just hit you up on.
Like if I'm entertaining someone, I'm only entertaining them. That's it. Like I'm not.
So you
entertaining
got a
anybody
date
else.
lined up. Some dude secures a date with you. Every other dude it's over. Finito.
Done.
until I figure out if that's a person that I
That's
want
uncommon.
to take serious.
It's
then-
commendable, but it's uncommon.
Is it commendable because I think I'm batshit crazy for doing it? Because people like this one over here. Make
But
me
you also
feel
have to
Some
understand
men
who
will
you're
say-
talking to.
Yeah,
you
you're,
also
you're
have
talking
understand.
to you're talking
Yeah.
to men who can't fathom that. Like,
Most
It's not
guys-
that I can't fathom it. It's just who she chooses
I'm not talking
to
about
do
you,
that
Jacob.
with. is
Yeah,
what I'm
he
like.
doesn't. Jacob.
I'm talking specifically about Kristen's situation. I cannot fathom that she does it on the people she does it to.
Yeah, he doesn't. And I
I
feel
Essentially,
respect
you're
her.
giving-
I respect
you're
her
giving-
for it, but it's just I think that certain situations,
I put-
she's being too like she's.
Being too giving with her time.
Yeah, like she cares a little too much, or just giving somebody the benefit of the doubt when I don't think this person deserves.
I feel
it.
that though.
Like
I
as
feel
her
that.
friend, I'm trying to help her out and be like, listen,
But
this
it's
does
also-
not seem like a good situation.
But
to be
also,
in.
it's
people change.
it's. I mean, it's also like
do they?
but like
if they
People
want
do,
to,
people
if they
do
want
change.
to. I
agree
I'm not,
with that.
I'm not
If
the
they
same
want
person.
to.
I
but they
was
have
5
to
years
want to
ago.
change.
But they have to-
You can never change somebody.
And I know that. And I know that. I learned that the absolute hard way, but I don't know.
But you can change together. I don't like. You don't have to get somebody
You
as a
can learn.
finished product.
Yeah,
You never will find the finished product.
Like you're not Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect is not going to walk through the door for you
Preach.
and just be like, I am like this is
Hasn't
exactly
happened
what
to
you're
me yet.
looking for.
And that's why people shouldn't be looking for like the right
You
person.
can't be
People are
looking-
going to
The
have
person.
flaws, but if you can
Yeah.
vibe with them, you can hold a good conversation and you can hold certain
I agree.
pillars to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have those things. The rest of the things, like people change together. Like
Yeah.
someone might
It's
be
if-
so into this,
It's
but they
if they're
met
willing
you
to
and-
work.
I mean, and I was just about to say that it's like it's a lot of people, and
Have to be willing to do it.
I feel like a lot of people have the notion that it's like we're supposed to meet, and then that's it. Like we're that. Like this is. You're perfect for me right now. I'm perfect for you. Everything's lined up
Just
perfectly,
doesn't
and
work
it's
that
just
way.
never
Please don't say
like
time.
that.
Doesn't
Like
work that way.
to
Please
your
don't say
point, to
time.
Dennis's point, is that like you got to find someone that you can vibe with, that you can have conversations
and
with,
you can
that
put up with the other things.
exactly. And relationship is work. That shit is not easy. And I've met so many girls that are like have a fairy tale persona or a fairy tale perception of relationships where it's like, oh yeah, we're just happily ever after. You're just supposed to know everything that I like, and I know everything that you like, and everything's just perfect. It's like, no, like we
crazy
have
'cause
to
I-
learn about each other and like get to know each other, and you're gonna go through ebbs and flows in your own life.
I know.
So I have to be able to go with that, and you have to go with my ebbs and flows and figure each other out. And like it's a
It's a bad.
Eric,
everlasting fucking
Yeah.
I have a
process.
question. I have a question for you.
All right.
You meet a girl.
Mm-hmm.
There's 10 things that you hold. Whatever, everyone's different. You hold like 10 things as like
Your values, your
the important
10? I
things.
thought it was like 5.
I mean,
Whatever
it's just,
whatever the number is.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got 10 things about them. You like 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna put up with the other 2,
For sure.
and you shouldn't unless the other 2 are like red flag,
correct detrimental.
toxic. Like
It's gotta be real detrimental.
This
Like-
woman's great. She
I-
has a history of cheating. Like,
Okay, but that's something you shouldn't put up with. But I also
But some
feel
people
like
will
but
put
some
up-
people will put
Some
up because the
people
other
will.
8 things are really good.
But I feel like it's unrealistic. Like when people are like, "Oh, I have 5 boxes, and I'm looking for someone that checks all 5."
I'm not saying go into
I feel like
it with
sometimes
boxes.
that's so. No, I know you're not, but I'm just giving like an example. I feel like that's so unrealistic sometimes.
It is.
because
It's very
like,
unrealistic.
You're looking for the perfect person
Yeah.
for
We've all
you.
been
and
there.
The perfect person doesn't want
exist.
you.
It doesn't exist.
Facts.
Like all the shit that you
That's why I'm
want,
single.
it doesn't exist. And like how you said, like you meet women and they're like, oh, they have this fairy tale and they want this and they want that. And you're like, okay, but relationships are work and all that. I feel like in my situation, it's always been the men that have done that to me. Not like
They've wanted you to
it's-
fit their boxes.
they want me to be the perfect fucking person. Sorry for my language.
It happens to
Like if I don't
to
meet,
shoot them some bail.
like it's insane. Like I
Nah,
had
fuck 'em.
a guy tell me once, he's like, yeah, you check off 4 of my boxes.
Oof.
And I'm like,
rough. Out of how many though?
out of 5. He's like, I
Damn.
have 5 boxes
Well, that's
and you
a
check
punk
off
bitch
4.
then. He wouldn't
And
put
I'm
up
like,
with 1 box.
Yeah,
That's a
and I'm
beat.
like, okay, what's the one? He would never tell me what the one was, but I'm like,
It could be that one is the hard one. to
but I'm
crack
like,
on.
well, what is it? But
See,
the
but
thing is
if
you'll
people, like-
treat
I
me
was-
wrong because of that one box. So that one box is like, okay, I'm gonna do her
You shouldn't
as
treat-
grimy as I
yeah.
can because she doesn't.
No,
Well, that's
yeah,
just toxic
Yeah,
people.
you're dealing with a piece of shit person.
That's
That's
fucked up.
different. But to shoot somebody some bail, like if a different guy, not this, I'm making up somebody in my it comes along and like maybe they don't verbalize it, but to them like you like check 4 of their 5 boxes.
Yeah.
And they don't verbalize it. It's just in their head.
Yeah.
They might do things and put up with things just to get that 5th box like closer to being.
Yeah.
Like to see if I'm gonna.
Yeah,
check that
like
fifth box.
like you
Of course.
like I see a lot of potential in this.
Yes.
But like,
But that's someone.
and it's
who,
how long you two are willing to put up the fight.
Yes.
Of
Oh
like, how
my
long
God.
are we gonna fill in?
Like,
Like,
that is just-
Eric's like preach.
For real, like
that-
I
that's-
hope you know that
that's
you
what
just
it-
spoke my entire situation.
that's the truth
Like-
though. Like,
and then they could be opposite
or old
boxes.
situation.
Yeah, but
For real,
it
but
all
Who's
depends.
gonna win?
at a
That's
certain
insane.
point though,
It
it's
all
like
depends though.
you got to put. But that's the thing. You got to put.
stop.
And you got to value yourself at
Well,
some point.
well,
Absolutely.
that. But if you're willing
Yes,
to, if you're
Dennis.
willing to like go the distance and put in the time with somebody, then you got to understand like
This is gonna be tough.
this person is how there is. I'm not gonna change him completely. Maybe I need to adjust my expectations, adjust the box a little bit, and there you go. Like to your point, nobody's gonna check all 5 boxes. The perfect person does not exist. Like that shit.
And if they do,
is,
But some immature people will
They
think
don't
that.
want you.
like that shit is just not fucking real. So it's like you gotta be able to adjust and temper expectations and understand the person and be like, this is how they are because of A, B, and C
And
reason.
if you love them and care about them,
You will fucking
you'll
work through
figure
it with them and
out.
fucking grow with each other, and that's
Agreed.
that.
that sounds great. And we're all. This is not gender specific. That sounds great. But there are a lot of people that come into the next relationship
Carrying baggage.
and it
And
happens
sometimes it's
to
too heavy.
all of us.
It's
Yeah.
sometimes
Like we
it's
can
too
say
heavy
that
to
it doesn't.
bear.
So you can be like that. Like they check a lot of boxes. Again, they're another great potential
Yep.
like
This is very
relationship, and you go, oh, like I'm not gonna fold on this 5th box
But
because I tempered my expectations the last time. I tried it the last time, and
Just-
they did me
just
But
like I
dirty.
said.
that's where the communication and trust comes in, and that's
This
where
is
you
true,
got to start
too.
building it. Like
Yeah.
you might come in with
Trust
baggage.
is earned, though.
Yeah, you might come in with baggage, and this person might show like some signs of past shit. But if you like the person, you got to like, all right, well, let's I'm giving you chances to prove me wrong. If I feel like you're not, I'm going to let you know. And if we want to continue to do this, then, these are what my expectations are, adjusted to what our relationship is.
And when you're going through that, it makes sense in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And then how many times has somebody from the outside gone, bro?
Well, that's why I don't listen to them.
Everybody in my
But they've
life.
been right sometimes.
They have been, but then you take
Me
it
specifically.
and listen.
I've been
You got to.
I'm not pointing fingers to anybody.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
anybody specific.
No, I
been
know,
right
but
too, and I don't
you
listen,
gotta.
so I get
But
it.
that's where you
happened both
go
ways.
and talk to the people that you feel like you can confide in. Take what they say with a grain of salt,
Yeah.
and go back to the person and talk about things.
That last
This is
thing that
how
you're
I-
trying to change about this person or that you're trying to build towards,
Yeah,
they're bad. Like they're toxic.
mean-
Like this ain't happening.
So listen, at the end of the day,
But
like
that's
Eric,
a tough conversation.
like
to
Eric
have.
said,
exactly.
the
but
people you
but that's
confide
how
in.
you build relationships, and that's how long-lasting relationships last. Is having those tough conversations and
True.
bringing
I
up.
meant with your friends,
And I'm
with
not-
people who see it from the outside.
Yeah, but listen,
the
I
friends
can.
and family they can care less because, like Eric said, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Yes, we have his best interest at heart, but it's his fucking
Yeah,
heart.
and they don't know what
It's
the
his heart.
situation
Like,
is.
you-
They only
Right.
know your half. They see
Yeah,
you being
correct.
either happy or sad. So
there's
it's gonna be like,
there's 3 sides to every story.
Yours, theirs, and the truth.
Exactly. So we only get that little part, and
Yeah.
we can give an opinion, but like Eric said, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Because I've given him opinions, he's given me opinions, but we're living through the shit
Yeah, you're
as
only
we're
seeing
going
there,
through it.
and you're
So
only
we're
seeing
seeing what we're physically in, and we try to give them the best description so they can help us.
but when
at the same
emotions
time,
involved, it's a little harder.
The part that's
Very.
hilarious is to me is when you two give each other advice. Like
it's
going through the same
basically
things.
it's hilarious. It's literally the blind leading the blind.
It's
But
me
you
and
wanna-
Jordan.
This way.
Me and Jordan are like,
Whoa.
what are they doing?
Wall.
But you want to know something?
They sound like idiots.
You two giving y'all giving each other advice because y'all are men. But like when Jacob gives me advice and I don't listen,
Yeah, she's an idiot for that.
I'm the idiot.
But Jacob doesn't
Because
represent all men.
He's
I do not,
always
but
he
I-
doesn't, but he's
but-
always right.
I always am gonna find. Look, not always.
Well, when it comes to me,
Not
but when
always.
it comes to my situations
He
and things
has
I've talked to him
been
about,
all-
he will literally. I'll
It's
come to him
just
about a
because
situation.
the only reason I've been right with Kristen so much is because I, well, first off, I think as a man, clearly, because I'm a man. So when she's talking
Man,
to a
I'm
man,
40. Damn it.
when she's talking to a man, and I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna look at this dude, right? And I'm like, all right, let's see how he's trying to act with you. And then she'll show me like either what he has said or like shit he has done, and I just put it like I say, all right, what if this is me?
Yeah,
or if
pretty
I've
much.
done this shit, or if I've seen the shit, or if I've literally, been in the situation. I'm like,
But you could see,
Yeah.
you could read a text, you could read a DM, you could see that and be like, oh, he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, I'm full of shit.
exactly.
What if he's not full of shit?
That's horseshit.
That's
And you know that.
Usually-
Me and you are not the same, Jacob.
Andrew,
all right, but
listen.
someone messaging her the way I would message her or
But
message a girl,
Me and you could message the exact same thing to
Wait.
somebody.
the exact
and they-
same message.
and they could mean two different things.
Wait, listen. So
Depends on the chick.
Jacob-
I guess.
Jacob.
You're like, stop it.
with my ex, Jacob was spot on every single time, and I ignored Jacob.
Yeah, I saw flags.
every single time.
But,
For a long
He
but
would
Jacob was
literally-
very
thing-
similar to
but
your
the-
ex in your mind.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yes, like-
and that's the thing though. Like
Are
You
they-
need a
To-
fuck. You need a fuck boy in the crew to be like.
to your point.
Yes.
So rude.
You can say the same thing.
Just a little
Two
bit.
people can
I'm
say the
just getting
same
shot
thing,
today.
and it can be.
You guys
It can
are
have
assholes.
two different interpretations
Yes.
of it.
Yes.
But it's also about if you know what words are coming from what person, and you
Yes.
know the person.
You
that
have to. I
it's
think you
easier
have to know that.
exactly.
Like, I've seen them interact. I know this person.
Exactly.
I've
So it's a
seen
lot
how it
easier to
works.
distinguish it in
Correct.
that sense. Because if it's
And
just
I
some
had-
random dude, then it's like, yeah, I've never
Yes,
met this
that-
guy.
that-
If you
in that
can, you
sense,
go
it'd
through
be
the
hard.
IG or
The
We're
whatever.
talking over each other. Let's,
So like I said, with my ex, spot on.
But I'd also met the guy.
So
I
he
saw.
knew. Yes.
Yeah, that's
He's
what I'm
seen
saying. You had
everything.
context.
He had context.
So it's not like
So this-
you or me, for instance, if we never met each other and you messaged like you said, and she doesn't know the difference, right? She doesn't know, oh, this guy can mean this this guy can mean that. Oh, they're meaning the same thing. She
So, like,
doesn't know.
now-
I physically met the dude, saw how he was acting in certain situations, and I was like,
I was gonna bring that up. Seeing somebody interact is like.
Oh,
I'm like, maybe this is just me. I'm a really good judge of like, you could watch somebody interact, like not even with me.
Judge
you
of
can watch
character.
somebody and be like, they're full of shit.
literally,
judge of
you can see it from far.
Everybody in
It-
my life.
it's someone
seen
who
the red
acts-
flags except for me.
this is how I mean, this,
But your emotions were involved, so it's different.
Yeah.
I mean,
You could-
He
see
checked
it.
a lot of other
you
boxes.
start. I mean, when emotionally you're involved, you start justifying shit that you normally
That is
wouldn't
not
do.
right.
Justified,
Yeah, correct.
Just
Because
like,
now
oh.
I look back and I'm like, damn,
we have
I
all
wouldn't
done
have
it.
justified that.
but
all
you
done
now
it.
wouldn't make the same mistakes.
Absolutely not.
If you feel like it's worth it and you feel like there's still something to salvage, go for it.
It's not.
But you
even-
gotta.
No
but
one
you-
knows better than you.
Yeah, but you also gotta
talk about
understand.
this after.
But you also gotta understand what you're getting yourself
Yeah.
into.
But
I
if,
don't know
if,
what I'm
eight,
getting
if,
myself
eight, if
into.
8 people in your life, 8 people you respect in your life tell you the same thing, and then you go on with it, and then
Oh yeah,
if
that's
you get hurt, like
that's something where like with my ex, everybody
Babe, it's
in
on
my
you.
life was literally like, no for years, and I was just like,
you don't know him.
yeah, you guys don't know what you're talking about, and
no one knows.
Jacob.
No one knows your life better than you.
so
Real shit. Like I said, you gotta take shit that people say to you with a grain of
I feel like
salt.
I know her
Jacob's
life pretty
face.
well.
Jacob should
Jacob
not be
does
the
know
end
my
all.
life very
Jacob
well.
should
I
not
should
be the
not.
end all
Correct.
be all.
Correct.
Your decision.
You shouldn't be listening to my opinion as like, oh, this is
Gospel.
make
But
this
you
is
know
make
I
or break.
don't.
I know you don't.
I take what you say,
But-
and I definitely do.
But I would
you're in
say
my
if you're gonna
little-
listen to people,
there's, like,
listen
the
to
good
me,
angels, bad
listen to
angels.
Kayla, listen to your aunts, listen to
I
your
listen to
mother.
everybody, yeah.
Is Jacob the good angel in this situation?
I feel
Jacob's
like when
like
it comes to dudes, yeah. I
Jacob
would
is the
always- I'm always
unbiased
leader.
fuckboy.
I do take
My
what
guy.
Jacob says.
Fucking killing me out here.
I do take what Jacob says,
What's
and
the
I like
definition of a
try to
fuckboy?
apply it.
By the way,
Oh god.
Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
I was gonna say I do take what he says, and I do like try my not necessarily my best. I wouldn't say to apply it, but it's always in the back of my head.
Yeah,
just
you take it
because-
into consideration.
because I'm like, okay,
You value his opinion.
he's my best friend. He's a guy. Why would I not take his opinion?
Yeah.
Like, why would I not listen to him when
course.
he is a guy
It's
our
important.
age?
That,
You know
it's
what I'm
important
saying?
to have the opinion of somebody. Of
Yeah, like, I don't
the
have-
opposite
Opposite
sex.
gender.
Like my brothers are younger than me, so
Yeah.
And your
they're
brothers
literally
are brothers.
boys. So
You don't respect
I'm
your
not-
younger siblings.
No, Jacob's literally the only like guy best friend other than like my brothers that I have in my life. So I have to respect his opinion and keep it in the back of my head so that I know,
sure.
like, okay, if I go into this, Jacob said, watch out for that.
There's the sign, the road sign he told
Yeah,
me about.
there it is.
If you
I
go
mean,
here, you've gone too
I
far.
know we've been ragging on Jacob a lot. He knows shit. He's
Love
a
him.
wise guy. He's
I'm
a
using
fucking,
Jacob as
He's
the
a wise
avatar.
guy.
It's not Jacob is not a
Jacob is
fuckboy.
the face, the poster child for this shit.
Jacob is not a
fucked up right now.
Jacob is not a fuckboy. Let me put
Jacob's
that.
not
out.
Happy
a
Valentine's
fuckboy.
Day.
Jacob's a good person. Jacob's,
Jacob's
not a
fuck
fuckboy.
boy. Jacob's not a fuck boy.
It's just we were making jokes.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
What was your question? The definition of a fuckboy?
I don't really need it.
The definition of a fuck
I was just like,
boy.
damn,
it's
y'all
pretty
like-
much a liar.
There's
a liar.
there's different types
A
of
liar
fuckboys.
who plays women, who can't be honest with
A
women.
fuckboy is really
themselves.
somebody who
Okay,
will
well, that's
say what they
definitely
need to
not
say
me.
to get what they want.
Yeah, that
More
is not me.
specifically towards
That's-
women.
That is not me.
Facts.
Okay,
is not me.
that is a fuckboy.
What other type of fuckboy is there?
If somebody who could like do women dirty, but not be like
No, I just feel like
I
then
don't
they're
do that
just.
either, though.
I'm not
I feel like
saying you
doing,
do.
but
No,
like
but you're like,
I'm talking like
I'm
if,
saying like if a man puts his hands on a woman,
I wouldn't call him a
he's a
fuck.
fuckboy.
No,
I would
no,
call him
that's
a
a
fucking
bitch.
sack of shit.
no, that's
okay,
a,
but
fuck that
but
shit.
also
that is a bitch.
they can be multiple things, guys.
Yeah. We all got real angry real quick. Like, what did you say? Who is this guy?
I think that speaks to our character.
Yeah.
Jacob's very protective.
Yeah. No,
I think
no one should
all
ever
of us,
touch a
if we
woman.
saw a man put his hands
No.
on a woman,
Yeah.
would be
Yeah, I
like,
don't care who the woman is. I don't know. I don't even have to
Yeah,
know her.
we've been
if I
out,
see
and
it,
it's like,
I will
bro.
beat. I will beat someone's ass.
I mean,
You don't
and we
do
also
that.
we also
calm
have
down.
We also- yeah.
all three of us have women that are very important in our life. I
Yes.
grew up with women. He grew up with women.
Only women.
Only so it's like
But which is why I love you guys, because there's certain men who grow up with women and their moms and being close and all that, and still treat women like shit.
well,
They might have seen the
Dad.
women in their life be
that
treated
yeah,
like
and
shit.
that's the thing. Like I know the women in our lives are fucking very strong women. My mom, my sisters, my cousins are very strong.
My mom's
I know
a
your
gangster.
your mom, like they're
My
very
mom's a
strong
gangster.
women.
Yeah.
So it's different in the sense of like
My mom is too.
you know. Not to say that I'm
Scary,
perfect
actually.
and I've treated women the
Like,
way
God,
that
I'm
they
her
should be
son.
treated
I'd
all
be
the
scared of
time,
my
but
brother.
like it is there. It's like I try to keep a certain level of
Yeah.
respect there, and so
Because
because
is good.
I wouldn't
Which is
want
good. A lot
somebody
of
to
men don't
treat
do
my
that.
sister like that. But
Yeah.
on the opposite side of the coin,
You did.
there is some chicks that like don't respect themselves, and that's when I'm kind of like, well, I mean, you don't really give a shit about yourself.
and if you're
so
young, dumb, and
Wait.
immature,
I don't exactly.
So what is a woman to you that doesn't respect themselves?
I'm not talking about anybody in particular when I say this. I think that there are some women that don't value their physical bodies the way that other women do,
Yes, that's
Meaning,
they will give it up in a heartbeat,
or like do harmful things to their body,
or that
like drug use, or like
self harm, and shit
or
like
like stay in abusive relationships.
that
or-
is having lack of self respect
or
for
like
yourself.
or like just like
does
there's nothing wrong with
abusive
being
and toxic. Are that the same thing?
Huh?
toxic.
They're
Abusive is
close.
toxic, but toxic doesn't always mean abusive.
Correct.
Because I feel like I've been
Toxic is something you could like.
If
you
you're
could
abusive,
try.
you
You could
are
try to justify
Listen,
toxic. Like
everyone has
as a
toxic
woman,
traits.
As a woman
So-
can try to justify toxic, like, oh, he does all this though, but he's also putting me down. That's not that bad.
That goes back to
but
the,
it's
the
it's
boxing,
abusive in a
checking
sense.
boxes.
But when it
is,
comes
'cause
to
verbal
putting
abuse is
but it-
a real fucking thing.
verbal abuse is
It's a
like I
real
say, it's a
fucking
bitch move as well.
But there could be-
physical abuse. There's
That's the-
no.
you crossed
there's
the line.
yeah,
you
like
crossed the line.
you
You
there.
definitely crossed the line,
That line's
absolutely.
been crossed. Yeah,
Everybody's been in
So
an
what-
argument. Not saying it's right. Everyone's been in an argument, and it said something that they didn't mean to somebody,
Correct.
and that can be considered verbal abuse. But there is getting back from that.
Yeah.
Like you can say I
Yeah.
hate you to
You could-
someone
you
you
could
don't hate.
But when you
apologize.
put your hands on somebody, there's
You're
no
done.
Back
There's
from
no
that.
coming back
there's
from
not.
if
You don't become not
any woman who a man has put their hands on. If you stay in that relationship,
You don't.
I'm
Respect, you're saying you don't respect yourself.
I'm. s-
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
Okay,
no.
I'm
but
not
what
saying
I'm
that
saying-
because
but
we
my
don't know the
question
full
is-
story. We don't know the full story. There's different stories everywhere.
Yeah.
But it is a very dark spot to be in.
I'm not
because-
victim blaming.
Absolutely.
I'm not
correct.
victim
I'm
blaming.
not saying
absolutely.
anyone is. It was their. No, it's no woman's fault. It's like
not.
any woman who thinks like, oh, it was my fault. I did this.
And it's
Like I don't
absolutely
care if
not.
she. Granted. Let
And
me
it-
say this. Let me say this in advance, though. I don't believe women should hit men like that either, though.
Yeah, you can't
But
be antagonizing.
I'm
They
just.
shouldn't.
But I will say, even if a woman does hit you, you have to be the bigger person
And-
make sure you get yourself out of that fucking situation.
Walk away.
If a woman hits you,
Eat it. Walk
eat
away.
it like a fucking man. You're a
Agreed.
fucking man, all right?
Okay,
I don't
but
care if she
women
hits you.
sh-
I don't
women
care if she
shouldn't be hitting
two-piece
men,
no
though.
biscuit you.
I agree
They
with that.
shouldn't.
Women shouldn't
They
be
should
hitting
not.
men.
But
No,
the-
nobody should be putting.
hitting.
Correct.
No,
No one should be
they're-
putting your
nobody
hands
should
on
hit
it.
anybody.
That if you all are putting hands at on each other at any point,
Toxic.
Leave.
the relationship needs to
Bye.
be done.
But there's other toxic relationships that don't involve physical
Love how you grab the pen.
abuse.
that is
and
true. But
That's what I was going
Such
to
a
ask
teacher.
you is.
Literally, I was about to
That's
say
what
it.
I ask you is,
Straight
okay,
teacher
so
vibes.
do you feel as though that,
What are you gonna write on the board?
shut up, Jacob. She's asking me a question.
I would say, do you feel as though a woman, okay, say it's in a toxic relationship, but it's not physical, do you feel like the woman doesn't respect herself just because she deals with the toxic behaviors of the relationship?
No, because I feel like everyone has toxic traits.
So she does respect herself.
She
Yeah,
can.
can
it
respect-
depends.
she can
It's
respect
the
herself.
level of like
How
again.
toxic
It
it
depends.
is.
Yeah, if it's verbal abuse, if it's physical abuse, then I feel like there is a lack of self respect there. But everyone has toxic traits. Like even the nicest guy will fucking do something that maybe isn't the nicest girl does shit that is like there may be a little controlling, a little fucking, maybe a little too verbal, or whatever the case may be.
Playing mental games.
Exactly. Like they're, because of whatever reason. Everyone has toxic traits.
Yeah.
Correct.
But, again, there's levels to it. If you're putting hands on people, or if you're letting someone call you a piece of shit every day when you wake up, then it's like,
that's awful.
you need a fucking.
Can we stay right there where you're like?
I also want to have to chime in on that too.
We're not saying I think I'm speaking for her. I'll speak for myself. We're not saying that a woman who is going through these things does not respect themselves. Like when you ask me, like, what is a woman who doesn't respect themselves? I'm not saying because like they've been physically harmed and allowed it, or been sexually ran through and allowed it. That doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't mean that they don't respect themselves as much. Mm-hmm. But if you have a pattern of doing certain things, you need to take steps to respecting yourself more.
Essentially,
but I'm not trying to blame any. Like it's
essentially you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And once you know what you're doing,
some people are gaslit though.
But if you know what you're doing and you continue to fucking harm yourself and shit
if
like that.
you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
I need to chime in on that.
Go ahead.
Thing.
Hit
Go
that
ahead.
first. Go ahead.
Is that, okay, so he said some people can be gaslit though. And then as far as you saying like, just the whole conversation. Okay, so I had my ex told me that the reason he came back every time was because he knew I didn't have self-respect. So he could come back.
Ooh,
but shit. For me, I felt
he told you
like
that in the moment,
no,
or after the fact.
No. So there was one night we were at dinner. We had went on our whole. There was like a time where like we weren't talking. Came back, and I was like, what made you like hit me up? Like, is it because you feel like I asked this? I said, do you feel like I don't respect myself enough to tell you no? And he dead ass was like, no, I don't think you do. And so I do.
Maybe and not shooting some bail.
And in my opinion, I feel like I do respect myself. Like, why would I not respect myself? There are certain things that I do not do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, in that sense, it's probably, listen, coming from a unbiased place, I don't know what's going on because but I respect the fact. I respect the fact that he was at least honest enough to say it. Was it right or wrong? I don't know, but he was. You asked a question. And he gave you an honest answer. That's really all you can ask for at the end of the day. Wait, but I lost where I was at for a second. He
might have been.
It's just you're giving him the green light to do it though. He knows he could do it.
I absolutely gave him the green light
whether it's a lack of self-respect on your part or not, and I don't think it doesn't seem like it is either, but depending on what's happened between you guys
at the time, it
might, in his perception and the way that he sees it might be like, well shit, I could just do whatever the fuck I want and get away with. Exactly.
At the
and
time,
that's just coming from like, I've been there, done that.
You might have been accepting the invitation to open up the dialogue again, thinking, well, maybe this person has,
and I was, and
maybe
I
this person
was.
And in their mind they're like,
but when he was like, oh,
who
you
cares?
don't respect yourself, I'm like, damn. I feel like I respect myself a lot. I feel like as a woman, there's far worse women out there that do not respect themselves, and I'm not one of them. So I'm like, okay, when you guys are talking about women that don't respect themselves, I'm like, does that fall into the category?
No,
because I feel like I do.
Usually, when a woman that doesn't respect themselves is someone that
doesn't know themselves.
Well, but is very willing to give themselves up physically, very willing to kind of backtracking a little bit, serial dating a little bit, and like.
And knowing that they're doing
and exactly, and knowingly
trying to fill a void that can't be filled.
Instead of like attacking that void and figuring out why they feel this way, they're just gonna fill it with superficial shit and like a lot of cupcake phase shit. Because if everything feels good in the beginning, and then once things start getting a little hard, once things people's true feelings start coming out, like hey, I really like you, I'm really trying to build with you, what's going on? All right, bet, kind of to your point, the 8-month mark. Well, 8 months is up. Let me get the fuck out of here and find something else. Like,
literally.
And it's, that's kind of where I see the lack of self-respect.
In women.
And people in general, but yeah, right. In this specific conversation, yes, in women. Because, guys do that shit too. The guys, for as much as we want to talk about guys doing this and being all macho and feeling like they got to be hard all the time and shit.
A lot of men don't respect themselves either.
No, they don't, because that's where you start fucking around, going around, because you don't feel like you, for whatever reason, you might not feel like you have that type of value to someone.
And men, and I would assume women, think that they're in the right when they're doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going around and doing these things.
Oh, because I'm young.
It's
and
not
I
because
can
I'm
do
not
now.
respecting myself.
Well, they
it's
feel-
because
Yeah.
I feel
this
like
is
it's kind of
cool.
like a power trip in a sense.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, like you go fucking around because you feel like, watch what I
Yeah.
can do.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
Like, look at
somebody
this.
It depends.
somebody
yeah, it
who's
depends on
very
the situation.
realized in themselves, like usually older people, can look at your actions from afar and be like, they're fucking up right now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a validation thing at the end of the day.
yeah, like they're
Whether it's
doing-
validation
they
to other
don't
people,
respect themselves.
yeah, whether it's
Yeah.
validation to other people or validation to yourself. Like at the end of the day, you could most situations you can bring it back to us. Like I feel like I need to be
Yeah, you
validated.
could put a
I feel like
label
I
on it a
need
little
people
bit.
to view me in a certain way and
some
feel like I look like I have the upper hand in every situation.
And the fight is finding a way to do that without costing at your self-respect.
Cheers to that.
Thanks.
Oh, cheers.
Are we gonna play that game?
We can play the game.
We got time. The
Hold
game.
on, do we
It's
have any
time to play the
Question. Do we have any
game.
more questions?
Yeah, let's run through
first?
let's
I
run through
was-
these questions real quick.
I think we
I think
touched
that's
them
it.
all.
Yeah.
Did we?
I think
Mhm.
so.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
you know I took the lead here. I was asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Y'all never
You
even
were-
asked.
you're-
Did we
you're-
answer everything?
you're a
You never
podcaster
even-
in
you never
training.
even- You never even
Right?
asked. Like, have you ever had a Valentine's Day where you did something special? See,
Yes, you did.
Oh, the one that I sent you. Oh, okay. So I had one.
Oh.
I had one.
That was very
I had
rational of me.
did something.
That was very rational of me. I said, what was it? Okay. Have you guys ever done, so say I'm just going to throw out random dates. Say you did something in 2006 for Valentine's Day with one female.
11.
Wee lad.
It was 10.
Have you guys ever done the exact same thing for another chick following Valentine's
In
Day?
07?
In 07?
Yeah, I definitely like.
Dead ass?
you're damn right.
In
I gave her
06
the
and
same
07?
fucking
The
candy
exact
gram.
same thing.
I gave a different girl a candy gram. You damn
No.
right.
Yeah,
I'm not-
that's what I was joking. Like, but not like
I know.
not a
You guys are
Valentine.
That's what you said. The dates,
Yeah.
2006,
Okay, I didn't-
2007.
Well,
You're damn right. I
yeah.
was giving candy
Okay,
grams.
I'm just
all right.
saying. Okay, so like
Not a lot in my arsenal
last
back
year,
then.
like last year.
we
I only had one thing to do. I spent $4.
Hit up
Do the
Walmart
same
the Saturday
thing.
before.
No. All right. So to answer your question, me personally, no. I've only spent in my adult life 2 Valentine's Days.
Okay,
Yeah, I've only
Out of like 6,
I don't-
7,
sure however many.
7. Let's go with 7.
7, 2 out of 7.
Yeah, I'm
Not
26 years old, so however many you want to.
You're not an adult
Damn,
the day
you're
you turn
old.
18, though.
Yeah, that's facts.
You're really not.
Shit, I'm still a
still
half an
growing up?
adult, to be honest. I'm working on it, getting there. Yeah, I've
Slowly
only
but
spent 2
surely.
Valentine's Days with.
And they were both different.
Yes, they were 2 different women.
Okay.
Two
Two different women. Did you do
2
the same
different
thing?
no 2 different complete outcomes. One of them,
Outcomes. Jesus Christ.
We see where this is going.
I
Please
meant like
don't.
in the like what I did.
Boom.
Outcome. No, not that. I just meant general.
One
Wow.
was successful.
Nah, they're both successful.
Stop.
But
Hey-oh.
Dog.
But
Stop.
I meant, like, for instance,
Bro.
the first one was
Wow.
I wasn't planned this way, but I ended up, like, really caring for this girl at the time, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do something special for Valentine's Day. Bought gifts and stuff, not telling them I was buying any gifts. Whatever, was like, oh, not saying ever, will you be my Valentine either.
Were
Was
y'all
like,
in a
oh,
relationship?
No, not at the time.
Okay.
It was like still very fresh,
Interesting.
very new. But just in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to do something special for them. They're not going to expect this.
Mm.
We met up, both at my house. She had done the same thing.
Mm.
As you.
That's
As
nice.
me. She had bought gifts as well.
Okay.
Not expecting anything in return. So it was like a fucking
That's
Wow.
oh shit moment
Yeah.
for
Is
both
this
of
real?
us because like we had both basically went above and beyond, not thinking either one of us was going to do anything. So it's kind of like
It's true love right there.
crazy. Like it was a crazy moment
True
for me.
love
'cause
right there.
That was the first
No, it's
Valentine's
not.
I had ever spent.
Don't give that girl any more fuel.
Yeah,
not
it was like it was a crazy moment because I was just like, oh, I didn't expect anything like that. So
What year was this? And
I
love
wanted to ask that. I literally like
You knew-
as you were telling the story, I wanted to ask, but I'm like, you know what?
Some girl's gonna be like,
I'm gonna
I
ask.
was 2017. That date doesn't
No.
add up.
it was 2018.
Right, but I'm saying the girl from 2017 is gonna be like,
Nah.
this is bullshit.
It was 2017 and 2019.
Oh, so
2018,
sometime.
2018,
2 years apart.
2019. No,
Sometime.
it was 1 year apart. 2018, 2019.
So you lied.
I said the wrong date because you said 2017 and I repeated it. It was 2018.
Shit.
I literally I know.
You said
both.
2018 when? 2018.
Valentine's Day and then
2019.
Two different
2018 and 2019.
back-to-back Valentine's
Okay.
days.
Two different Valentine's
Yeah,
days.
no, wheels are turning.
Shit.
Tell y'all the girls.
Shit.
I know, that's why
Please
I'm
don't.
sitting here.
He know.
You're
Y'all.
gonna
They
tell
both know
them?
the girls.
I know I do. That's why I'm trying to figure out
I'm sure
which.
I do. I mean, I just
Who
we
was?
ain't gotta put any names.
Let's
out there.
not.
We don't
no.
gotta do that.
2019.
not be
Y'all
messy.
might have to guess on that one.
2019?
2018 is a hold card. Cold.
Cold hard facts.
Yeah, there it is.
Coors Light,
Oh,
cold hard
I know
facts.
who that was.
Boom.
I'll be nice.
Puts fucking lip gloss on.
Let's not drag anything.
I'll be nice. No, I'm not.
But
I'll be
anyways,
nice.
yeah. So it was just like a special thing for, like on a random. Like
I mean, I feel
it was
that
kind of random.
there
but
was one time specifically that I did something for someone that I wasn't with at the time. Every other time I did something for Valentine's Day, I was with the person. But there was one time specifically that I was
So sorry.
like, well, we were like friends with benefits at the time. And she was texting me or something like that, and like, oh my god, today fucking sucks. Like, and she
On
was
Valentine's Day?
just no, it was like days before,
She knew
and
she
she was
was
saying that she didn't have a yeah, she knew what she was doing. Of course, she said she didn't have a
Absolutely.
All girls
Valentine's
do.
Day. I knew her roommate, so I'm like, I got in contact with her. I'm like, hey, like, are you gonna be home around this time?
She responds like, "Yeah, what it is."
So, oh
What-
god,
Come through.
What it is?
Stop.
no, I'm like, hey, you're gonna be.
That's terrible. That is
It's
so
not. He
man.
wasn't in a relationship.
Oh, no,
She's not his girl.
No,
This
she
is
was.
so
I was
wrong.
like, are you gonna be here around this time? Like, I want to do something for this girl. She's like, yeah, come over and whatever, and then we'll set it up. She was so while she was at work, I got whatever I needed to get. Got her like a little teddy bear, some chocolates, she smoked weed, so I rolled her up some blunts and shit.
That's
Whatever. Left the rest of it on her bed and just kind of like set it up on her bed and left and whatever. So when she got home from work, she had that. She texted me, come over. I'm like, boom, on my way.
And at the time, this is when we lived in the apartment. She was a good hop and a skip. She was like,
Oh,
what,
yeah.
7
it was
minutes?
Like, it was like not even 5 minutes with no
A
lights.
stone's
that's when you
throw
lived
away.
at Crown Tree.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Crown
so
Tree.
that was really one of the only times
Those
that I
good old
remember
apartments.
that like
You
I've
lived
done
there, too.
something.
I did live there.
That was
She
good
lived-
times.
She
That was
lived in
good
Crown Tree
times.
after we did. She loved them. She liked them so much.
It was a nice place.
I think
it was.
It was.
I
nice.
think I moved in like the
When
week
we
were-
after
yeah,
when
when we
you
were
guys were moving
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Good old Crown Tree. Good times. But yeah,
Good
so I
old
mean
times.
that's probably
Missed
one of
that
the
place.
only times that
Missed
I've
that
done something for
Yeah, it was
someone
interesting.
that.
Jordan. Oh, Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
What a buddy.
Oh, I miss Jordan.
He's a good
We
guy.
all do.
It's a great guy.
Turn up. Let's have a Jordan appreciation minute for a second.
We'll,
Okay.
we'll send this to
Yeah.
him separately.
Jordan, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Keep on doing what
Jordan,
you're doing.
great.
Love you,
We
bro.
Keep on
you.
rocking
on
in the free world.
You're
Fucking
the
grinding
best.
and shit.
Doodaloo-doo.
Keeping you.
Boom.
I
There
don't
you
know
go.
what camera to do this to. So
That
I'm
one's
gonna do it
facing
to-
you. I mean, that one's facing all of us. So do them to all of them.
Word.
Turn up. Valentine's Day. We're over here spreading love.
Happy Valentine's Day,
everyone.
everybody.
Great day.
All right. Well, we're gonna do these questions real quick, or